Dusk descends in Piggledene. Good evening, friends. Welcome to a grainy going to ground with barely light enough to see. I left the house thinking I could just snatch a bit of daylight to film, and on the 3 minutes that it's taken me to drive up here and then the 5 minutes to walk down into the fields of Piggledene, it's just, the sun's sunk down and you can hardly see me. That may not be a bad thing. It's good to be with you nevertheless in what for me is a favourite location, though an intermittent one for going to ground. These Sarsen streams of Piggledene, along with Piggledene, which isn't so far away from here, fields where you can probably just about make out those slightly lighter dark patches are Sarsen stones from Saracen stone, some believe, i.e. from the east, strange stones. They are deposited by the post-glacial meltwater that flowed through this landscape, and are really like a very, very ancient riverbed, and they're scattered like crumbs over these fields, as you might remember, and I've shown you some before. Jesus says, while you have the light, believe in the light. While you have the light. And these days in November going into December, the light just constricts down, doesn't it? Our daytime, our light time is like an hourglass and suddenly shrinks in, and the days shorten, and what we feel we can achieve in the day has to reduce, it has to adapt with it, and there's no fighting it. You can't rage against the dying of the light. We just have to live in it and use the light while it is there, and making judgments that are possible with the light that we have. That's the challenge, and accepting the darkness as it draws in around us. There's such a deep spirituality to light and dark, of course, and John's Gospel is the place where that comes into clearest focus, with his affirmation that in the arrival of Christ, the light has come. And as the church's year draws to its close in these dark days of November, with the festival of Christ the King on Sunday, we are given this kind of blazing image of Christ reigning victorious at the end of time, before we are taken right back down to this defiant little candle of his advent in December, where the glory of the risen and exalted Christ is all but invisible until that match is struck on the morning of Advent Sunday. So whether your day has been full of light, darkness is now drawing in, and I've become just an odd blur on the screen to you. Maybe all you can see is the bright ring of white plastic moving around through a dusky landscape. So at this point, I think it's time to acknowledge the fading day and see you again, hopefully a little more illuminated, if not glorious, tomorrow. God bless you, friends, as you go to ground.